Greetings, people. Yeah, I'm out here in LA. It's been a rainy morning. The sun is finally starting to come out and it's looking beautiful. Blue skies. And, but yeah, anyway, I have to get something off my chest. I was just at the auto dealership to pick up my car. I was having some work done. And I saw this youth, this black youth. And when I say youth, I mean, a lot of people are youths compared to me. But when I say youth, I'm talking like, he might have been in his 20s, probably early 20s. And, I'm familiar with sagging and all that. I've never been a big fan of it. But, it is what it is. I know that every generation of youth, they have their own culture, which includes how they dress and all this and that. When I was a youth, we had our own style, and the quote unquote grown-ups didn't always approve of it, but we were youth and we were being youth and having fun, and so I get it. And it's usually like that. The generation before doesn't like what the preceding generation is doing, so. But like I said, I'm not a big fan of sagging, but I saw this youth at the auto dealership and it was just like overboard, dude. Usually when I see people sagging, it's so what? They're sagging, I'm not a fan of it, but but this was ridiculous. I mean, I almost wanted to say something to him. I was like trying to take a picture of him from the back, but my camera wouldn't function at that moment, and for good reason, because I don't need to be putting his image out there and taking a picture of somebody from behind and then posting it on YouTube. And I'm not trying to roll like that, but it was just the way he was sagging was just so shocking. Like the pants were literally behind or underneath his whole butt, and he had the drawstring tied in the front, and they were like some big baggy pants, and he looked kind of like a homeless person, but you could see he's not homeless. First of all, he was there to pick up his car, so I know he's not homeless. And he looked like he could even, when I looked at him closely, he could even come from money, but this was just his thing. But it made me think, and I was like, why are our black youth practicing to look like a homeless person? And is it just me? If it is, you can leave a comment and just say I'm tripping. But like I said, I normally don't trip when I see sagging people. I'm not a fan of it, but bro, this was like insane. It's like, I suggest that people look up this black sociologist, Frances Cress Welsing. She talks about all this and the meanings behind it. And I'm just saying, man, it's like, bro, now, I don't know this brother, so maybe when he goes to apply for a job, he doesn't go in like that. Hopefully he has enough sense. But like I said, why are we practicing looking homeless? I have my look, I'm a Rastaman. There's people that probably think I look horrible, or I'm unkept or whatever because of my locks and my beard and maybe how I dress. They don't like how I dress. So I get it. And I'm not trying to come from Not trying to come from that place, but I was really feeling for this youth. Um, Man, it's like it was ridiculous. Like I said, I've seen thousands of youth sagging, but this was like almost some extreme stuff, you know. And like I said, if I'm tripping, feel free to comment. But it just made me sad to see that this is the state that our black youth are in, where we're practicing something that ultimately is counterproductive, in my opinion. But who am I? But yeah, I don't know if this rant I'm on right now even makes sense, but I'm still shocked, man. It was like, bro, it was ridiculous, man. And it's like, we're in bad shape, you know? And, I'm dealing with a black youth, and I know white youth sag too, but a lot of times they're emulating our culture, our youth culture, black youth culture, and hip hop culture, and all that. So, anyway, check out Frances Cress Welsing. She talks about all this and the deeper meanings. And yeah, man, I wish we would move beyond sagging, Like, I wanted to tell them, bro, pull your pants up, man. You look ridiculous. Why are we practicing looking homeless, or, if you're, I mean, if you're poor, you're poor. If you have money, you have money. It's almost better to practice looking like you have money, because then maybe you're kind of setting a goal for yourself, and your finances. But yeah, anyway, I've said enough. I don't know what else to say. I don't even know if what I said makes sense, but I care about our youth, and it's a tough world, and we need to practice, success. And like I said, people look at me and they don't understand the way I look, so I get it. So anyway, let me move on to something more productive here. So anyway, love and blessings. Yes, I.